Right. Let's just get right to it. It's random scripture, man. Break it down. Let's just go right down through the spirit, man. Ain't many people around here rebuking all that. So let's just get straight into straight into it, man. I'm just about to jump to a random one. Let's try to go to somebody who I think will be going and getting into something. Lamentations it means to make is what you make for your people when you sad. You make lamentations for them if you're not good with that. You make a lamentation for them. Jeremiah, this is Lamentations of Jeremiah. How doth the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princess among the princess, how is she become tributary? And what that's getting into is when they overcame our land, we had to pay tribute to these damn heathens, had to pay their ass so we could have something. And then, as a matter of fact, if you look in the book of Maccabees, they still lay waste to our cities even after we paid their wicked asses. She weepeth sore in the night, her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has none to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They are become her enemies. And that's basically going into your own people, man. It ain't going smooth. Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtake her between the stairs, or the straits, between the straits. So between all these nations, man, Judah, my people, have gone into captivity here in America, or Babylon, because of affliction and because of great servitude. The affliction that is the affliction we deserve because A, we've gone off from these law, statutes, and commandments, and B, you deserve affliction because the Most High will try you through adversities if He feels like you may be something that He likes or something that He wants. Where's that at? Great servitude, and she dwelt among the heathen, she findeth no rest. All her persecutors overtake her between the straits. And now let's get back to because of great servitude, she dwelleth among the heathen. Sure enough, I dwelleth among the heathen nations around here. She findeth no rest. My people find no rest in their stores, no rest in their homes. No, because of their wives, mostly. No rest because of just no rest in general. This is not our rest. This here is not our rest. We should never be comfortable here because this is our oppression. As long as we are here, we are still slaves to our captors. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh. Her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries are the chiefs. Are the chief? How is your adversaries are the chiefs? Her enemies prosper. Of the Lord have afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. So for the multitude of us not hearkening onto these words, for us not hearkening onto the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, our children are gone away into captivity in Babylon, in Egypt, in Greece, in Rome, in Macedonia, in China, in Japan, the lands of the East Indian, the Elamites, the Moabites, in all these lands, our people are given into captivity. Why? Because of the multitude of your iniquities, the multitude of our transgressions. They don't want to get beyond it. And y'all the children of Israel. Y'all God's chosen people. Come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, brothers and sisters. And goddamn these heathens. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are desolate. Her priests sigh. Her virgins afflicted, and she is in bitterness. And the reason for that is because, has it already happened? Jeremiah, I think that might be, I think that's after the Babylonian captivity. But sooner or later, Rome is going to come take, Rome will have Jerusalem. And once again, there's no new thing under the sun. Those high holy days and those feast days are done away with because of their wickedness. And JK is so wicked, man. He's going on to a pressure so quick. Number 6. And from the daughter of Zion, all her beauty is departed. Her princes are become like harts that find no pasture. They are gone without strength before the pursuer. And who is the pursuer of Judah? The pursuer of Judah is his brother. It says that Esau pursues his brother to no end. But the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics, God's chosen people, will be delivered. Those who come back and keep his commandments, those laws and statutes. You will be delivered. Jerusalem remembered in the days of her affliction and of the miseries of all her pleasant things that she had in the days of old, when her people fell into the hand of the enemy and none did help her. The adversary saw her and did mock her at the Sabbath. So what happens? What happens when they see us as we are in captivity? They mock us. They say, oh, they ain't got no jobs. They say the so-called black man, he doesn't stay with his family. Well, they made all these they made these programs and gave Eve all manner of subsidies and benefits that she don't need her husband no more. Jerusalem has grievously sinned, therefore she is removed. All that honoreth her despise her, because they have seen her nakedness. Yea, she sigheth and turneth away backwards. So Jerusalem has gone away backwards. They keep not the commandments of the Most High God. They go into the ways of the Babylonian. They don't want to be modest. They don't want to keep the commandment. What's up, kids? Man, I sit here and preach, and down the road, there's wicked ass Jay playing music in a goddamn boombox, dancing for the heathen for money. That shit is, it's embarrassing. That shit is the utmost embarrassing. Let's get to that scripture. Her filthiness is in her skirts. She remembereth not her last end, therefore she came down wonderfully. She had no comforter. Oh Lord, behold my affliction, for my enemy has magnified himself. So that goddamn heathen white man done magnified himself above me. That goddamn heathen Grecian, the Greek, the Macedonian, the Ashkenazi, they all have magnified themselves above the children of Israel. But the Most High said, when you come back to these commandments, he shall make you the head and not the tail. Let's get that. Prove all things. But you know, let's actually leave that, because I don't got the brothers know that. Nobody really watch my channel. Whatever. This is number 11. All her people sigh. They seek bread. They have given their pleasant things to meat, to relieve the soul. See, O Lord, and consider, for I am become vile. It is nothing to you, all ye that pass by. Behold and see, if there be any sorrow like unto my sorrow, which is done unto me, wherewith the Lord, the Most High, has afflicted me in the day of his fierce anger. From above hath he sent fire unto my bones, and it prevaileth against them. He has spread a net for my feet. He has turned my back. He has made me desolate and faint all day. The yoke of my transgressions is beyond his hand, or is bound by his hand. They are weathered and come up upon my neck. He has made my strength fall. The Most High has delivered me into their hands, from whom I am able to rise up. So I'm delivered into the hand of these goddamn heathens. I gotta live in the hands of their kingdom. I gotta follow their laws. I gotta go through their statutes. I gotta get their tags, and if I don't, he come bust your head. And if you do, he still come bust your head. He still might do it. Just as he did when they paid tributaries to Rome. When Jerusalem paid tributaries to Rome, what did Rome do? They sacked them. They sacked the city anyways. So what happens when I pay my property tax? What happens when I pay my labor tax? What happened when you pay your tax? What happened to these men? Rome still comes, he still comes, and he lays siege your city and your home anyways. And your women. When is Israel gonna get enough? When is Israel gonna get enough? When are they gonna hearken unto these laws, statutes, and commandments? And move away from the heathen. Go away from their law, statutes, and whatever else they got. Their rules and ordinances. These false doctrines. Shalom, miss. Y'all know y'all part of the house of Israel? Y'all do know y'all part of the house of Israel?
Oh, yes. I think that's the Bible.
Yeah, that's what we coming out of.
We need to get more into that Bible. Help me, please. I've been saying the same thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping for it. That's why we out here.
Okay.
We'll see if somebody else joins.
Come on, bye.
Shalom, little sister. Hola, hermanas. ¿Tú comprende? ¿Tú eres de Israel? So man, basically, long story short, they need to keep these commandments. This is what we're dealing with. And it shall come to pass, if thou would not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses will come upon thee and overtake thee. And so that's exactly what we're dealing with, the curses of Deuteronomy 28, if we don't come back. But the goal is to come back. The goal is to hearken unto his word and keep his commandments. And that's Deuteronomy 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, the Lord thy God will set thee high above all nations of the earth. So that is the ultimate goal, is we set above all nations, above all these heathen nations of the earth. That is the goal. That is the way. And spiritual power is exactly what we're looking for. Spiritual power to take the heathen, dash their heads upon the pavements. Of the little ones, hell, I'll do it to the big ones. We want spiritual power to stand with our foot on the necks of the heathen. Thus says the Lord the Lord thy God, the Lord most high. Lord most high God.